Hey there, it's Megha from Couple of Expats, and in today's video, we're discussing something that every job seeker needs to know, and that is creating the perfect CV. In a competitive job market like Finland, having a killer CV can be your golden ticket. And likely, CVs in Finland are very different from what you're used to in your home country, so keep watching to learn more. Now, let's get to work. Your CV makeover starts with a little introspection. Take a hard look at your CV and compare it with how it compares to the Finnish standard. CVs in Finland are all about being concise, direct, and honest. CVs in Finland are usually 1 to 2 pages long, depending on the job you're applying for. Sure, a snazzy design is likely to catch the eye, but first let's get started with the content. Start by whipping up content that tells your professional journey in a way that's interesting for the reader. Then, of course, we can sprinkle in some visual magic. But when it comes to CV, content is king. Your CV's introduction is going to be the very first thing a recruiter looks at, so make sure you have all the most important information. Here you want to include your name, your contact details, and a professional headshot. Your contact details should consist of your phone number, email address, as well as physical address. When choosing the headshot to include in your CV, make sure that it's a professional shot and avoid selfies and grainy images. If you don't have a professional headshot, this might be a good time to consider getting one, as professional photos can be used in a multitude of ways. Another great thing to add in the CV introduction is a catchy headline of 1 to 2 sentences that summarizes who you are and why you would be great for the role in question. The skills section is where you want to flaunt your skills. Now, you have to match what are your most prized skills with the job that you're applying for. The skills section consists of personal skills, technical skills, and you can also include language skills. Personal skills are, for example, problem solving. Technical skills could be, for example, data analysis or scientific writing. And about language skills, employers in Finland might be curious to know what your Finnish proficiency is like, but also don't hesitate to add other languages that you might be proficient in. Your work history is your secret weapon. Present it clearly in a way that you explain the most relevant gigs. Your task here is to summarize the most important takeaways from your previous roles and to quantify your success in metrics. For example, perhaps you boosted your team's productivity by introducing a new process that resulted in 1.5 hours saved per week. Or perhaps you grew your company's social media following by 30%. Finns take education very seriously. Start by listing your schooling from newest to oldest. Here you want to add the name of your school, your degree program, and the year you graduated. If the degree was pursued outside of Finland, also considering adding the country where you received your degree. If you've got any other cool achievements from when you were a student, don't be shy and be sure to add that as well. If you're just entering the job market, you might also want to expand on your interests outside of the classroom. Perhaps you love debating, or maybe you're spending your weekends scouting, or perhaps you're the board member of a student organization. Be sure to add these pieces of information as they give a better idea of who you are and what you love. Every CV contains a section on education and work experience, but based on your own accomplishments and the job that you're applying for, you can customize your CV to have something a little bit extra. For example, if you're an engineer, you can have a section on tech skills and answer the questions of any employers of what your tech skills are without them having to even ask. On the other hand, if you're a researcher, you can dedicate a section to your grant writing abilities. This is like the toppings of an ice cream. When you finalize the content of your CV, it's time to think about the visuals. Add a bit of color to make your CV pop. And remember that your CV will be viewed both digitally and on paper, so make sure it looks good on both. To make our CV stand out, we have used Canva templates and then customized them to our needs to make our CVs look good. One size doesn't fit all, especially in job hunting. Customize your CV based on your job application by matching skills and experience. Now, this might seem scary or time-consuming, but remember that in a competitive job market like Finland, if you really want the job, you're going to have to go the extra mile. And just when you think your CV is ready, it's not. It's time to put your CV under a microscope and check it for spelling errors, typos, or any kind of mistakes. Having a proofread CV that has no errors is the first sign of professionalism and attention to detail. Don't hesitate to ask family, friends, or anyone to help you proofread your CV as well. And in this step, it would be also useful to check that your CV contains all industry-specific keywords and references if necessary. So what have we learned today? Stick to the Finnish CV standards, showcase your skills and experiences, and make your CV stand out. Remember, your CV is your opening act in the quest for your dream job in Finland, so go out there and make it count. If you have found these tips to be useful, we would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Good luck with your job hunt and see you next time.